The Teen Phantom Part 15 in audio. Mello and I would like to use our little conference room. We will use a helmet. That will be your decision even if you choose not to use a helmet. I trust your judgment. I find you a very good judge of character, but with Mello's status, it may be humiliating. I don't know if he would wear the helmet, but I am sure you know him far better than I do. I see you plan to make me grow up whether I like it or not, do you, Dad? I will truly miss my little girl when she grows up, in fact, more than anyone else could. No, I hope you never grow up if it means changing to becoming like most grown-up ladies. I appreciate that, Dad. As for Mello's willingness, he says he would stick his head in a barrel of water if it would make me happy. Well, in that case, you may not know him very well, but it is certain that he knows you well if he is willing to do that. You are a sly one and a great dad. I really appreciate you. I had better get back to Mello and then get myself to sleep. Okay, you will do the right thing. I would like to brief you on some things while we speak. A crisis has altered my plans. I will not be there for the open house. You will need to shoulder the whole responsibility. You will have the Reverend at your service and my assistant, Ted Watson. I was hoping to have our lawyer there, but you cannot depend on him. He wants nothing to do with the religious end. He will be getting in contact with you on Monday, he says. Don't let yourself be frustrated. You will do fine. Maybe you can pick your student council and let them help you. Let this be your confidence and security. Many wonderful things you are not aware of, which you discover, will give you great courage and confidence. I have some very good news. A very close friend of mine will furnish all of the students with a part-time job very close to the school with good pay. They will need to know their computer well. I had better let you get on with your business. I will see you when I get back. Okay, it sounds tough. I have probably been in worse predicaments. You certainly have. Good night, Tyke. Sweet dreams, Dad. Then Charlotte gets right back to Mello. Hello, this is Mello. I am back. I know no more than I did before I talked to my dad. He just says he is going to leave it to me. Charlotte, don't worry about making a decision. Come to my place once more. Come without eating breakfast. I have a nice breakfast planned for the two of us and a great surprise for you. You need to know more about my place anyway. It sounds great. I am looking forward to 6 in the morning. Sweet dreams, Mello. Good night, Charlotte. Charlotte soon fades into her slumbering dream world. When morning comes, she emerges from sleep to a light tap on her door. It is just seconds before her stereo comes on. Who is it? It is Jane. Come on in. As Jane opens the door, Charlotte's stereo comes on. How did you work out timing like that, Jane? I didn't that close anyway. For the last few months, I have watched you until you fade into the mist where I cannot tread. Humor strikes both of them, with her sly remark. Jane appears to be very relaxed and happy this morning. As they chat, she pulls Charlotte out of bed and snuggled her in her arms. Don't you meet Mello this morning? Oh yes, how could I ever forget that? Yes, how could you? Jane says with a mischievous smile. If it is not a secret, what do you have planned? I would like to start by watching all of your movies, then spend the rest of the day exploring the library. You will not be able to watch all of the movies today. They are an hour and a half long and there are 6 of them. When I get through with my business with Mello, he will be spending some time with you. You really think so? He should. If it is not in his plans, he and I will have a very serious talk. Jane gives Charlotte a sweet smile in reply. You are truly a loyal little sister. Your care is for others rather than yourself. I need to find where I can learn the self-defense arts also. Nikki will take care of that for you. It definitely must be a secret. You do not want anyone to know your skill in the arts. You may not understand it now. In time, you will. You do not want to use the arts unless you are unable to talk your way out. I told Dad my life was so full I needed to cut my time at school to 2 days a week this summer. He told me I could not work at the school anymore. He said I had a life to start living. That is true, Jane. I must get moving. I don't want Mello waiting for me. They give each other a hug, then Charlotte begins her usual preparation for the day. She begins it with accelerated motion. At 6 o'clock, Charlotte secures herself in the mini monorail. She pushes it up to full speed. She doesn't want Mello to wait long for her. Charlotte hurries out of the little wooded area. She finds Mello standing by his little buggy watching her. She does not look at Mello as she closes the gap between them. She just watches the ground in front of her. At about 10 feet from Mello, she looks up into his face when she speaks. It is a beautiful morning, Mello. Mello looks stunned. He just stands staring at Charlotte. Then she realizes his problem and hers too. He has never seen her in her favorite skirt or jumper and her favorite hat. The only way he has seen her dressed is in jeans, blouse, baseball cap, and her hiking boots. I hope he does not think I am trying to impress him, she thinks to herself. Yes, it is, and a very pleasant young lady. I never know what to expect, do I? You are bubbling over with surprises. Charlotte feels her face on fire. It is as hot as if she had it facing straight into the sun in the middle of July. She should have never dressed like this. She ducks her head and makes for the front end of the buggy. The breeze will not lift her dress when they move through the air. Charlotte's mind is in turmoil. I do have shorts under my dress, but this is no place to be wearing a dress. I had not even thought of the ride in the buggy to get to Mello's place. Charlotte sits staring at her hands. I am sorry, Mello, I shouldn't have. I do not know what has come over me, my mind has not been working right lately. Charlotte does not know what Mello is doing in her embarrassment. She refuses to take her eyes from her hands lying in her lap. Mello gets in, he punches some buttons on the control panel and they are off. When Charlotte finally looks up, Mello looks into her face with a pleasant smile, and says, "You should not have what? Dressed like this. There is nothing wrong with the way you are dressed. I am wondering how I was so misled. I was blind to the fact that you are a fascinating little lady. With those pigtails, baseball cap, jeans, hiking boots, and backpack, you have been disguised. You have unusual hair, it is very beautiful. Some may think so. I have not been in a habit of admiring myself. I have no need to be concerned about my looks. I hope you never are concerned, Charlotte. The most beautiful lady in the world would not compare to the beauty of your spirit. I just did not realize it came to the surface. I am sorry, I know this is embarrassing you. I just wanted to be honest with you, Charlotte. Truly, I am not fantasizing. We had better move to another subject though. You have not changed your mind about school, have you? No, I am looking forward to the open house tomorrow. My father will not be here for the open house. The entire burden will be on me. I will try to spread it around. Would you give a lecture in lieu of a sermon? You may do a little preaching too if you like. If you do not mention something about the gods or lords, some may think you are an atheist or infidel. Charlotte pulls a folder out of her little briefcase. I have it written out here in this folder. Put it in your own words, I just have the outline. I am delighted, Charlotte. I thrive on this sort of thing. Charlotte is very assertive with her remark when she speaks. It is my duty, but it should not be a girl, worst yet, a little 12-year-old looking to be only a 10-year-old. You a prospective student, it is even better than my father doing it. You are an old-fashioned girl, you respect the male status very much, I perceive. It is true I do, and with me responsible it is difficult for me. I see no problem because of your age. I value very much your concept of the true nature of the human race. There are few women and girls that value your viewpoint though. I am truly grateful. Ignorant views others have do not alter the truth. This society has corrupted the true beauty of nature and of the beauty of the female. True beauty is in spirit or personality. Mello's reply is with a smile. Your serious matter-of-fact assertion cracks me up sometimes. You are very amusing. I do not speak them for amusement. Her last words only accelerated Mello's sense of humor. Mello is having an awful problem. He may burst out with laughter, then he does. He soon becomes sober and speaks. Could I take a few minutes to scan through this? Yes, if you have questions perhaps I can answer them. After a quick scan, this will be a superb institution. I truly realize the need of selecting the students. My father searched for 2 years, I hope he found a few. Mello shows some shock with Charlotte's statement. He has not informed you of his success. There is no need to inform me. He doesn't want me to worry about something over which I have no control. Vanessa and I have all we can handle getting ready for the students. Vanessa, who is she? She is our computer expert who is building the curriculum. She is truly a sweet girl. She is more than faithful. She may not know it. She is very beautiful. I doubt that she has looked in the mirror more than twice in her life though. She would rather stare at her computer screen. It only reflects her expertise. With a smile, Mello says, you attract all the neat kids. I know absolutely nothing about the attracting, but grateful finding as many as I have. You are one of the precious jewels. Mello, do you think our meeting was planned? I think so. My great-grandfather asked me to attend the church where Nikki goes. He knows far more about you than I do. He would not tell me anything. My search is on my own. My great-grandfather wants you to know more about us. He is looking forward to meeting you. I judge you to be carrying some heavy burdens. I want to help in any way I can. At times, it is a bit stressful. I have had thoughts of some time off. I have stopped booking for any more wildlife movies and ecology lectures. You have wildlife movies? Yes, with a lot of ecology in them. Mello looks at Charlotte as though he is puzzled. Is something wrong, Mello? Why have you not been in the news? It would be hard to do something like that and not get in the news. I do not lecture in state. I pose as a boy and they guarantee no publicity or I do not speak. I am Tom Pumpernickel when I do my show. All correspondence goes to Tom's P.O. Box in Moab, Utah. Jim usually picks the mail up for us. I have been booked all over Utah and Wyoming, never in Moab, that is too close. Jim picks up the mail from a friend of ours who actually gets it from the post office. We always return to Moab, then we smuggle ourselves out. You little fox, you really pull that off. I have for the last 4 years. I only do it for schools. I have a good makeup artist. I think she could make me into a Chinese boy if it was what I needed. I am sure you give a lot of little girls a thrill. That is sort of an ornery trick to play on all those little girls, don't you think? In a way I think you are right. I have had my share of embarrassing times. Who knows about it? My whole gang does. Nikki, Jim, Lee, my father and a friend of his that chauffeurs us in a special vehicle. My father never goes with us. My mother and Jane know nothing about it. There is a period of silence. Charlotte is deep in thought when Mello asks her to close her eyes for a few seconds.